Is Etheria Restart the game for you? That is what we're going to try to answer today. Basically, now that I've played the game quite a bit more, I'm level 20. I don't remember what I was last time, but I've played it quite a few hours, used a lot of refreshes, and just been having a good time in general. I'm even in the union with R&J right now, so let's go. First of all, I don't even know if I mentioned it in my last video. The game is not out yet. A closed beta will be coming out. Once I get more information, you will have more information, and then we will make that happen. But it is not out right now. It's just content creators. But that's why I'm not doing build guides. Here's the best early units. Here's how to clear this stage. I just don't find that practical for you guys, since no one actually needs that right now. But what I can talk about is whether or not this is a relevant game, if this is a game you might want to consider. I've been having a good time. But what is the game actually like? Who is this game for and who is it not for? If you are a casual Honkai Star Rail enjoyer, nothing wrong with that. It's fun to log into that game, do some of the new, story content when it comes out, throw a couple polls, get a new character, and that kind of stuff. This is not the game for you. Just to be completely honest, this is probably not going to be the game you want. This game is about min-maxing your characters to the best of your ability. And when I say min-maxing, I mean like actually really thinking about each character and what they do. Because everything you equip on a character, yes, it's good, right? And I'm not saying this is a good build. I'm just doing early game stuff right now. But yes, it's like everything you can equip is good, right? This can give her more attack from this set bonus. This can give her more speed. You want attack and speed, but there's an opportunity cost. You can't have it all, right? So you have to choose what are you min-maxing and why do you want it on each character. So how are you building a character is incredibly important. And even beyond that, after you min-max one character, how do you min-max a team? And this could be as simple as just having synergistic abilities, right? What's an example here? Tiamat here has an ability where she drains her own HP and she does damage based off her max HP. And this character has an ability that increases max HP. So obviously they've got some synergistic abilities. But beyond that, what you're going to have to really get into is min-maxing things like speed, because this is the order in which your units go. If I want Gray to go before Leon, I need to have Gray make sure he has at least one more speed point than Leon, assuming they don't get interrupted by the enemy team or something. Otherwise, they will go in the opposite order, and that might be suboptimal for my team's plan. So instead of just optimizing specific characters, you need to optimize characters in context of the team. So if that already doesn't sound fun, this game is not for you. This is not the game that you're just going to throw random units. I mean, if you're a whale, maybe you can get by with it, right? I'm assuming most people that are watching this, most people playing this game are not whales, okay? So if you just want to throw random units that you think look cool together in a fight and hit auto battle, it will work for a bit, but you're not going to push content. You're going to be way behind everybody else, right? You're going to have to way over level and get way past where other people are, when other people are going to be able to min-max teams in order to clear content. You're still going to be struggling because you don't want to pay attention to the mechanics. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be a casual player. I'm just saying this game is likely not for you if that is your case. You are going to grind a lot in this game. In order to fully enjoy this game, you must enjoy the grind itself, like I do. You must enjoy min-maxing, going and finding gear and finding 50 of these, of these things here, the equipment, and then weighing them versus each other, rolling it a couple times, boom, boom, boom. Okay, this one didn't roll a stat I like. Let's try this next one. Okay, this one has +2 speed, which is important, but this one's gonna give me, I don't know, whatever, attack percent, You have to care about the gear, the grinding for the gear, grinding a lot of pieces to get little incremental improvements. In the beginning, it'll be fast and easy, right? You start with having no equipment on. You just throw anything on. Then I'm at the stage where I was yesterday, where you just throw on gears that has the set bonuses you want. Now I'm at the stage where I'm trying to optimize the primary stat on the set bonuses. I'm still not even worried about the secondary stat. So it's going to keep getting more complex as I go. And it's going to become harder and harder to find equipment upgrades for characters. So you're going to spend a lot of time grinding for little incremental improvements, but you have to find, if this is the game for you, you're going to find satisfaction in that. When you finally get that piece of gear that's a little bit better and your character that's already been super good is just a little bit better, you're just like, yes, they are perfect now. This is exactly what I wanted on this character. They are done. Maybe they're still not literally perfect, but you're like, I'm okay. This is a good improvement. I'm going to put a bow on this character and I'm going to move on to the next one. And then if you get through all of them, maybe you go back and further min-max, right? So you have to find satisfaction from the little improvements that you're going to be getting constantly. This game will apparently have a bigger emphasis on PvP. And I can already see that now, where if I go and look at basically the modes that are in the game, like there is the main story, and then there are basically a bunch of different grinding stages. So there's the main quest. These are few and far between, right? You're not going to be doing these all the time. Then you're going to get the challenges. These are all grinding for like different stuff. And then there'll be some hard PvE content for sure as well. Like I haven't even done this yet. I'll learn what this is later after I log off here. So I'm still unlocking stuff, but there are some PvE stages for sure, but most of the stuff seems to be grinding and pushing special boss stages and more basically min-maxing how to beat these specific bosses as fast as possible. Can you beat them in under a minute? Can you beat them in under 20 seconds? Some people can. Can you beat them at all? First time you have to manual it, but then you want to auto it 10 times in 2 minutes. Let's see if you could get that figured out, you know? But a big emphasis on it is probably going to be on the PvP. You could even tell it in the way the unit's kits are designed, which leads me to the next point. There is a lot of RNG in the fights here, where if you take a look at characters, it's very simple to see, like, let's just go to a character I like using. They never shut up, by the way. 45% chance to inflict silence, 60% chance to do damage over time, 10% chance to do speed down. You could boost these with effect accuracy and stuff like that. But the point is there's a lot of RNG in fights. You have, because they can have effect resist and you can have effect accuracy. And even if you're building it like if you're sacrificing your damage, your health, your defenses, your speed just to have effect increase, then you're way more likely to land those secondary effects, but it's still not guaranteed. And so there's a lot of RNG in the fights, which I think is a good thing. It could depend, you know, it's not like chess where everything is literally guaranteed. It's more, this is more like a card game in that sense, where a worse player can beat a better player if the worst player has good luck. The reason why that's good is it always gives you, one, if you've lost, it gives you the illusion that maybe you could then blame it on the RNG instead of having to reflect, which is what League of Legends does, right? You blame it on your teammates, never yourself. But also, it always gives you a fighting chance. Even if you're outclassed and you don't think you could win, you always have a chance based off, like, they get bad rolls, you get good rolls to beat them. Without, you know, within a degree, right? Obviously, Super Mega Whale versus Day 1 player, there's no amount of variance is going to change that outcome. But just as an example. And a lot of people are hesitant when they hear a gotcha with PvP. I get it, but I think it's because, so most times you play a game and let's say everything's perfectly even footing, only a couple, you know, only some people are going to be the best. Only some people are going to reach the top ranks, and even a few of those are going to reach the top of the top ranks. But the illusion that you could do it if you put in the time and the effort and it's all equal is always there, which is important. But realistically, it's not going to affect the outcome that much because the whales are going to end up fighting other whales and they will top the leaderboards. And most people are going to just be fighting people either around their spending level or around, you know, some combination of their spending and skill level. So you'll always have fun, engaging fights, even if you're not part at the top rank. But this is kind of where I'm like, you don't need to be in the NFL to enjoy playing football. You know, it's like you don't need to be in the PGA to enjoy playing golf. You know, some people are born with like genetic advantages. They're bigger and, you know, or faster, or have, you know, you don't need to be the world's strongest man to enjoy lifting weights where, you know, they just have these crazy bodies and stuff. And so there's always like things that have advantages and disadvantages. I understand, and it's a little bit of a dick-eating perspective, I understand, from my point, where it's like, yeah, why do you want to play on a game where the whales can feed on you? In a sense, they're not really feeding on you, they're fighting each other, and you could still just have fun with the strategy of the game in a PvP setting. especially if you could challenge your friends, or you could have content creator versus content creator, or you could have you and your guildies just fight each other for fun, right? And then you go into like the random PvP. Maybe you do good, maybe you do bad. But honestly, and then you're gonna be able to develop strats specifically designed to defeat meta teams that maybe you could actually beat them. It's like, oh, this is a top meta team that uses these units, but if you use these weaker units or whatever, it could specifically counter this team. Like it adds a lot of fun to it as well. So I don't think you should be too dissuaded from being a gacha with PvP. I think you could just have a really good time, honestly, regardless of that. Long story short, to me, after what I've played, this game does not seem like it's for casual players. It seems like it's going to take a lot of time, and it's going to be for the sweats, basically. This is exactly what I want. I have been playing this game almost nonstop since I've had access to it. Sorry, I took a couple days off because of a different game, but basically the last few days I've been playing it nonstop. I've just been having so much fun. This is exactly what I want. I want to min-max my character. Sometimes I sat here for like 15 minutes and I was just like, okay, well, here's this module. Do I have enough? Okay, I don't like this is unoptimal. Well, I have this shell, so I'm like, okay, well, I need to grind the shell to get a better shell, but I also really want to get this up so I can get just a little bit more stats because I'm trying to clear this stage. And you know what? Maybe here, instead of getting flat attack damage, I want to switch this to crit rate. Yeah, but he already has a pretty good crit rate. Maybe I want to roll the dice, get crit. Like, I'll spend time thinking about these things. It's very, very fun for me. And I think it might be fun for a lot of you as well. But basically, that is what this game is like. It's a PvP gacha, very in-depth in terms of its team building, its character building. It's going to be grindy with incremental rewards. That is going to be like, the gacha in this game isn't even the gacha like from pulling characters. It's pulling equipment. It's you go in, you do these stages. Every time you complete a stage, this is how you should think about it. Do you like gacha pulls? Do you like pulling on characters? This is what you need to think of when you play this kind of game, is that when you clear a stage that drops gear, that is your gacha. Every time you spend 10 energy and you clear that stage, that is a gacha pull where you get like 5 pieces of gear and you're looking for something better. And you're just like, oh yeah, SSR. The only difference is there is no pity in those. But still, eventually you will find the gear that gets you better. Anyway, guys, that is all. I want to know what you think about the game. And obviously I haven't played it, but based off what I've said about the game, does this game feel like it's for you, or does it feel like it's not for you? Now, outside of the stuff I've mentioned, this is the stuff I care about, and this is the actual mechanics of the game. There is, of course, an anime story with anime aesthetics, and there is like cute little things, and there are outfits, apparently. There we go. Look at that. You put outfits on your guys. So there is a little bit of this, but let's just say this is not like Girls Frontline 2. That's kind of cool. I like that one. Is that Darth Vader? Demon King, of course. It's not like Girls Frontline 2 when I played it, where the strategy was kind of secondary. You just kind of put units together and they worked. And then it was a lot about the secondary stuff. This is very much mechanics first, with just a very pretty visual put in front of it to make it more enjoyable. So yeah, is this game for you or is it not? Let me know. Also, I am the box. I'm the box. I don't know why that says that. There are a lot of cool little things in this room, a lot of detail in here. But guys, that is all for this one. Much love. Purplatypus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye. On the rise, watch the views go up. Content king, never down, always showing up, hitting milestones.